Hello, I'm Sofia di Giallonardo.
Hi, I'm Iwona Winiarska-Pringle.
We are from the School of Modern Languages and Cultures, and we're presenting on an academic literacies course designed for sanctuary students who are transitioning to the Widening Participation Access to Higher Education program at the University of Glasgow. And just for a little context, we work in English for academic study at the unit at the School of Modern Languages and Culture, and we specialise in preparing international students for academic study. And we provide year-round pre-sessional courses to students who have an academic offer from the university, but which is contingent on a language requirement. We now have a collaboration with Widening Participation, focusing on the needs of asylum seeker students who are embarking on the Access to Higher Education program. Okay.
Oh, to give you an idea of who the students are, and what was the project, we run a pilot in May 2023, admitting 21 fee waiver students to our standard pre-sessional course. The students had different degrees of familiarity with academic practices, digital literacies. There were some issues with access to devices. There were some family and caring responsibilities, challenges, and there was also an additional uncertainty connected to their asylum application process. The course in May runs as follows. It's a full-time 18 hours per week course. It is designed to guide mainly postgraduate students. There is a lecture input and a small group tutorial session. The curriculum is designed around academic skills. And the main outputs are the 1,000-word essays and a seminar discussion. The lecture input is focused on the skills, reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Tutorials are focusing on writing and speaking skills. So overall, the students who joined the May pre-sessional progressed to their Access course with the grades as required. One student's English level was insufficient to progress, and 4 were not ready at the level of academic writing.
So we reflected on the outcomes of the course, and having students fail the pre-sessional was devastating, primarily to the students, but also to the teachers. And it's not within the scope of this presentation to talk about the emotional impact of working with asylum seekers, but certainly this was a factor that fed into the action that was subsequently taken. So the May course emphasizes a skills and process approach to essay writing, but there's really little time is devoted to the building of knowledge through reading and discussion and analysis of texts at the start of that process. Now, for some students, this wasn't problematic, but for a small number, we really felt that they needed much more time to build this knowledge before engaging critically with the content in an essay format. And this idea is really supported by Giulia Molinari's work on academic literacies and critical realism, and by Thomas and Locke's work on critical thinking. Both place knowledge at the center of critical engagement. So we decided to run an extension course based on prioritizing the building of knowledge. And we ran this course over a 4-week period, and it was very successful, but it also highlighted the gaps in our knowledge of the context that the students were going to and the need to do some scholarship around this area. So The research project that we undertook was to investigate more about the context of where the students are heading, and the insights and results from that investigation so far has told us that really the May course that we ran was very beneficial to the students. It helped to build their confidence, their knowledge of academic skills, and it also allowed them to make social connections, which was really important in terms of giving the students support. It also showed us that the prioritizing of reading and discussion was very highly regarded. The students really appreciated that approach, and they also really appreciated the part-time approach, because a full-time course demanded quite a lot of their time. Other findings were that students in the Access course are actually exposed to a wide number of genres that, apart from the essay genre, that we don't really cover in the pre-sessional course. And also we found that students may still be struggling with academic practice. So we have decided to restructure our course based on that idea of having a building understanding of knowledge as critical to the process of writing. So we've moved to looking at a topic that is relevant to the students, is directly relevant to their experience and to their future needs. So we're going to focus on online learning, because the Access course is an online course. We're heavily involving them in the first 5 weeks, engaging students in the reading process and scaffolding the reading with guiding questions so that they can build their understanding of theory around online learning. They create an annotated bibliography which helps them to process what they're reading. They then come to seminar discussions and discuss what they have read in relation to their annotated bibliography. So they are building knowledge over time, and during that process also seeing connections between the different sources that they are reading, and noting how these different sources are of relevance to the particular essay question. So the first half of that course, weeks 1 to 5, is very much devoted to knowledge building.
Which then offers a good foundation, we believe, for the development of a macro writing skills at the level of full essay. So we start with analysing a model essay, we go through planning, and we practice the mechanics of referencing and in-text citations, which were initially introduced in the reading part of it in weeks 1 to 5. We then go through the drafting, responding to feedback, and redrafting. So we believe that this approach centres knowledge and allows students the processing time to learn, to think and consider knowledge of the topic and linking it to their experience, past and the future. This brief overview of what we've done really serves to say that the project and our engagement with it continues. This year we will run it part-time from May to June. The students will not be part of the main pre-sessional course. They will be in their two sort of discrete groups, and they will be taught by Sofia and myself. There will be 25 students who will be admitted to this bespoke course, and we really want to evaluate this knowledge-centered approach to building academic literacy, because we hope and believe that this will be right for this cohort, but possibly it raises other questions whether this might be the approach that other student cohorts will benefit as well. Through engaging with the scholarship and experiencing teaching students with particular needs, it helped us develop a more critical stance towards sort of time-limited pre-sessional models where students need to acquire knowledge and skills very quickly and at the same time. And we also reflected on need for more collaboration with academic colleagues, perhaps in-sessionally, so that the students can benefit from developing knowledge and literacy skills alongside one another. So that's where we're at.
Yes, and we're looking forward to
Your
doing
questions.
a little bit more. Yes, your questions and more research on this area.